What I try to tell my girls is that when you love this sport, when you love any sport, it's not just a game to you, it's life. And I can pinpoint where everyone is lacking in a game and show you that that's where they're lacking in life, because it's a direct reflection of your personality. So all of that comes out. You know, what are you going to do when things are tough, when you're down 2 points and you need that stop? Well, what are you going to do when the world says you can't get the job because you're a black woman? You know, what are you going to do? You going to lay down? You going to die? What you going to do? Or are you going to find a way? What are we going to do? We're going to get used to working hard, because one of the things that I try to really let them know is that success is a habit, and so is failure. So anything that you're doing and you find yourself successful at it, you can track your daily habits, and that's what made you successful at it, because success is in your routine.
It all started with like support. I never really had somebody push me as hard until like the middle of my 10th grade year. I stayed in the gym day in and day out, worked hard at everything because I knew that I wanted to play in college. So that kind of motivated me to push myself more every day or every time that I was in the gym. When I like seen other players getting like offers and stuff, it frustrated me, but it encouraged me. It encouraged me to do more. It encouraged me to go harder. My 11th grade year, we got a new coach. He showed us that he cared about us. He pushed me hard. He pushed me harder than I ever been pushed before. And he saw a side of me that I didn't even see in myself. So it not only gave me comfort, but it let me know that he had my back through everything. So it was tough. It was tough, but I got where I am today, and I'm thankful.
She's committed to a D1 college.
Yeah.
How'd that feel? The coach call you, hey, I got this school and they want to offer you a scholarship to play basketball for them.
No lie. We were in the office, in our athletic director office, and we were on a conference call. They said those few words, and I literally almost fainted. It felt good to not worry as much as I used to worry.
I was really happy for her too, because I know that she been working hard all season, you know, defense, offense, whatever, rebounding. For her to pick up an offer her senior year, well, her junior year, and she was working hard for it, I feel like that she deserved the offer, you know. So like, hard work paid off, and she worked for it, so she got it.
She talks to coaches on the phone. We actually, 2 weeks ago, went to a school. And, you know, it wasn't an official visit or anything, but they invited us up, went to the football game, we met with the team, you know, things like that. A lot of schools are reaching out, sending questionnaires and, you know, asking for more information. And, like, the week they were able to call, like the first day they were able to call her 11th grade year, we got 2 calls. We do talk to schools, but to be honest, I'm just like, how come nobody's offering? Like, she does have the one offer, and we're very thankful. But like, coach spends hours on end. These schools reach out and reach out and reach out, and it's just like, why aren't they offering? Like, what do we need to do? What do we need to do? So it gets really, really frustrating at times, because I know they're highly recruiting her, but nobody's putting the money on the floor, you know. So we just keep going. We just keep going, and then you got this one over here who goes to bat. Like, there's so much stuff he does behind the scenes. like for Mariah, these two girls have went hard. They call them double trouble at school. They get all types of write-ups, and they're averaging 22, 20 whatever points a game and just dominating in basketball. And they don't make any newspapers, all-state teams, no honorable mentions. And it's like, show me a player doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And they're getting all this exposure. So we get real frustrated. But like I said, coach goes to bat and he tells these schools, look, you got to come see my girls. You have to at least give them a shot. And so nobody knew who, you know, the River Rouge girls basketball players were. You know what I'm saying? But it's like one eye at a time, he's getting these heads to turn, and it'll happen. Like Mariah's had her day, she's committed, and we just got to get our options open a little more. But it's a lot of hard work, and the parent involvement is very, very big. Like, so it's like a couple months ago, I made her a fan page. I'm putting highlights up. I'm, doing whatever I can do to get her name out there more. And people know who she is. Like, she plays at a national level. They know who she is. But it's like you still have to keep making your child marketable.
I find that, yeah, it's hard, but you have to know your child and know what they're capable of and know when to push them and when to hold back. And that means you have to be an involved parent. That means being there at the practices when they're young and in youth ball, any kind of ball, youth sports. Yeah, it takes time, and you may have to do, as a mom, I gotta do some grocery shopping. I've gotta, the house is a mess. All these things, I have laundry to do. But it's one of the best things you can do, because when your kid comes back and says to you, coach is doing this, coach is doing that, or you're there at practice, you know when your kid's working hard and when they're not. You can go to your kid and say, well, I saw you practice and you did this, that, and the other. Were you really trying? Or was it, or when you see that he is really working hard, then you try, and that's where you build the character and be like, okay, prove to them that you can do it. That means working hard in practice. That means during the game. That means when they're not playing you, have a good attitude about it. Don't you be who you need to be. That, again, means being an involved parent and knowing your child and their capabilities. I think that's huge. So the things that may be inconvenient, like practice and, I don't know, just going to this game and that game, because we have two boys, and so maybe splitting it up, we made it like a family thing. So it's a family effort. It's a family goal. It's a, so we, if this person has a game, we all support it. Yeah, one of your siblings sitting there watching it all day or whatever. But when it's your turn, we're going to be there too. So, and that also, when things go wrong, as in maybe you're not getting playing time or whatever, that you have that support. You know that, okay, the people who really count, they're really pushing me and they know what I'm capable of. And that's the confidence you want to build in your own child. So that when they go out into the field or when coaches get on them or whatever, they know it's a balanced view. They know you're going to check them in the right way.
And just to piggyback off of what she says, I think it's very important as parents that we're honest with our children. And I think my husband and I have definitely instilled that in Anaya. We've told her, everybody isn't going to be as nice as your coach when you were 9 years old, which was one of her best coaches, but he was very nice to kids, and I would pull him to the side sometimes like, listen, her dad is not like this with her, so you can be a little bit more, aggressive to push her and, do what you need her to do, but we also instill a strong work ethic in her. And Anaya, I can say, goes hard at everything she does. And if we see that she's slacking, we don't have a problem telling her that. That's right. Because she needs to be true to herself. We have to be true to her. If you're slacking one day, I'm not going to be that parent that's like, oh, you got to play my kid and my kid isn't doing what she's supposed to do. So Naya knows when she steps out on that court, whether it's volleyball or soccer, she's going to give it 120%, period. And that's what we expect, but she expects it of herself, you know, and that does come with the support and talking to her and saying, well, do you think you did your best? How do you think you did today? You know, what can you do differently? You know, so I think it's important for us as parents to be honest with our kids. And, you know, yes, you want to push them, you want to support them, but I'm not going to coddle my child, you know, because at the end of the day, this is her future. So she has to push herself to where she wants to go. And I have to be there to support her and be honest with her along the way.
You know, as a coach, I think parent involvement is good. Sometimes, depending on that parent involvement.
Yes.
Sometimes I get parents that baby their child. You know, sometimes as a parent, I think the most important thing as a parent is, if you trust the coach, if you trust the situation, you have to just trust the process, because really they become our child as well. And not biologically, but you know, all of my players, I have their best interests at heart. And collectively, we all use the word push, and push is not a comfortable thing all the time, you know. So when I'm pushing that kid, you got to trust the process sometimes too, because the worst thing that can happen to a child is they're hearing one thing from the coach and hearing something totally different from their parent.
We're African American, and so people think that, you know, that the goal of getting all this is for fame and the money and all that. But me as a parent, I want him to get educated.
You know, we had a plan, we had a goal, and that was what we needed to do to reach that goal.
I want to go into physical training, and will probably possibly be an athletic trainer.